The brilliant Hampton Downs played host to the 7th and final round of the Castrol BMW Race Driver Series. Championships were on the line here at Hampton.
Gary, 2 races to go in the championship, and you got one hand on that trophy.
Yeah, I have, but it's not over till it's all over. Not till the last race is run. We've been lucky reliability-wise, but you know, who knows until that last race is over.
Neville, you're about 224 points behind Barry now, so maybe that's a big tall ask now to win the championship.
I'd have to, you know, realistically rely on Barry having a problem, I think, unless it rains, of course, in which case I'd have a little bit of a shot.
It was equally tight in the B class.
Aaron, it certainly come down to the wire with 2 races to go, 4 points in your favour.
Yeah, it's right. Michael's really stepped his game up this weekend. We've gone no slower, but he's gone a second faster. So yeah, he's definitely pushing me. So 2 races to go, and we'll see whether we can hang on. Like, we've got a handicap race and then a reverse grid. Handicap race, I start just ahead of him, so I should hopefully be right in that one. But it's definitely going to come down to the last race. Whoever wins it's going to win the championship.
So if we have a look at the points in Class A, it is Barry Kirkbanand on top from Neville Finley, and in Class B, couldn't be much closer, Aaron Harris over Michael Starnes. So we get set for the first race of the afternoon here. Open race number 1 at Hampton Downs. Brilliant conditions, and away they go. And it's a traditional handicap start for race number 1 in the Open BMWs. And away goes car number 35, and that was Judy Louis. So the championship contenders will be further down through the field. Watch out for Neville Finley, and watch out for this man as well, Warwick Mortimer. On board with him, just up ahead of him is Andre Cowan. This is what's going on around the circuit. This brilliant flowing circuit just south of Auckland. Car number 7, Will Gray, just leading this little battle group as he works his way through turn 3. Good crowd in to watch this 7th and final round. Now the quicker boys start to get away. Remember, championships on the line. Michael Clark away there. 777 there is Bob Seabright, and right alongside him at the moment, Zach Lawrence, in fact, goes for the inside move as they work their way out of barrel 51 turn and down into the big long sweeper at the edge of the straight. You're on board here with Warwick Mortimer. Now he's got a lot of work to do because, as you can see, he started in the pit lane. Now he's going to rejoin the field here, I think in around about 10th or 11th spot, so he's got to unlap himself from these cars in front of us if he wants to win the race. Great onboard pictures. Here is Mike Delmont in this giant killing 2002 BMW. Remember, 3 classes up for decision here. Class A, Class B and Class C are on board. This extremely fast 2002, it's got a humongous turbocharger on it. And this battle we've been watching for quite some time. Seabright and Lawrence going at it like there's no tomorrow as they head down into turn 1. There is Aaron Harris. Now just up in front of him as Harris puts a wheel on the grass is Neville Finley by the look of it. Oh, the big lock-up from Harris, and he's got it wrong, and he's onto the gravel. Now is he going to be able to get out of there? Well, he's in all sorts of bother. Here is Aaron Harris. You're on board with Michael Starnes, car number 170. Working his way down into the big sweeper at the top end of the circuit here at Hampton Downs. 7th and final round of the championship. There is Starnes' car. Aaron Harris trailing a whole lot of gravel as he comes back onto the racetrack. Here it is from a different angle. Ex-New Zealand BMX champion Aaron Harris gets it wrong as he comes into the hairpin at Hampton Downs. So there is Barry Kirkbanand, and he is in the championship title chase in Class A. Right in behind him, number 9, and that is Warwick, 98 I should say, and that is Warwick Mortimer. We're right on board with Mortimer. He gives Barry Kirkbanand a bit of a wave as he goes by and heads into the big sweeper. This is what's happening further up the racetrack. Michael Clark in a good sort of a battle there. In fact, nearly being squeezed out onto the grass as they head down into turn 1. Well, that's not the sort of tactics that is encouraged in Castrol BMW open racing, but that's what we've got here. You're back on board with Murray Starnes. Just going past him is Mortimer. Once again, you see a graphic example of the speed difference. They go into this blind turn 1, and look at the way that Starnes is soaring at the wheel here, trying to keep Mortimer in sight. Paul Mill leading this next bunch around. And there is Starnes and Mortimer from the outside shot, and Mortimer's not going to get away with this one without a fight because Starnes right with him now, and Finley in the mix as well. These are all championship contenders, remember. This is the final round of the Castrol BMW Open Series for 2010-2011. You're riding here with Warwick Mortimer. Back into the hairpin they go once again. Just trying to keep it nice and tidy. Bit of a smoker coming up the big hill here at Hampton Downs. You can see the traffic getting pretty thick as well, and these guys have got to cut their way through if they can. Paul Mill trying to do the job in the little BMW Coupe. Going with him, Andre Cowan, car number 1, the champion from last year, cutting his way through the rest of the field there. Just going through Graham Clegg. We're back on board here with Mortimer. Mortimer in about 12th place, and he's going to have to do a little bit better than that because the laps are winding down. In fact, we're on the last lap now as he heads down into the big sweeper. Let's see if we can't pick up the race leader. There he is. This is Michael Clark. He will see the checkered flag first. 71 Marty Steeden is just going to save himself from being lapped. So it is Michael Clark gets the win. They're back on board here with Warwick Mortimer as he works his way up towards the finish line now. Race number 1 for the Open BMWs. Castrol the sponsor. Huge gaggle of cars coming over the line now, and some problems, a major contact there. I think it was number 55, and it was definitely Barry Kirkman. It is 55. Jeff Grinnell has got into the side of that beautiful BMW of Barry Kirkman, and this has happened after the flags has fallen. Here we are, you're riding with Mike Delmont. You get a perfect view of it from his onboard camera. Big mistake there from the driver of number 55. Nothing Barry Kirkman can do about it. Now, is this going to affect his championship hopes? Drama here at Hampton Downs. So it is Michael Clark that gets the win. In second place, it will be Zach Lawrence. And in third place, it will be the pole sitter, and that is Judy DeLuise. Fourth place will go to Richard Spedding.
Mike, well done. You came home, checkered flag. I believe your first win in the car.
Yeah, it's first win in Group B, yeah. We had a second back here a couple of months ago, so this is pretty good. We're pretty happy with this.
Mike, well done. Between you and Aaron, you came through with the victory.
Yeah, we did, thanks to Aaron's mistake really, but yeah, we'll take what we can get.
Aaron, a bit of bad luck there. It just looked like you can't pull this car. It got a few brake problems.
Yeah, I just pinched a brake going into the hairpin there. I think I might have just touched the white line on the outside maybe and just turned the car into the sandpit, so that's motor racing, I suppose, but frustrating.
Barry, you got across the finish line, and I think you're just right behind Neville, but then what happened? A lot of damage to the car.
I don't know. I didn't know what happened. I just got across the line. I just slowing down. All of a sudden, a big hit in the back, and I saw a car up in the air beside me. I don't know what happened, but apparently the guy just ran out of brakes, had nowhere to go, and just ran into me. Had nowhere else to go.
Matt, it's come down to the final 2 races, and Brent, he's got a bit of a lead on you.
Yeah, well, I'm sitting in second at the moment, comfortable second. He's obviously first. He's, I think, about 100 points away, so you get 200 for a win. So basically, I just have to keep my head down and sort of just try and win the races ahead of me.
So if you have a look at the points situation going into this, the final round, it is Brent Allen on top from Matt Griffin, and you see how close it is. Marty Irvine, the defending champion, back in third place, and then it's Daniel Rollison. So the all-important race number 1 for the E30s Group 1, and once again it's a handicap affair here at Hampton Downs, and away they go. And you're on board here with Richard Batchelor, number 101, and he is looking firmly into the rear window of number 54, and that is John Paladin. And you get the feeling that they'll be staring into back windows for quite a long time because there is a huge field of E30s, and they're all chasing this man. This is Ian Brown, number 68, heading out of turns 2 and 3 here at Hampton Downs. Down the hill he goes. Good battle looming in behind him. One we're looking for, though, is 999, Matt Griffin. He's the one in the battle for the overall championship points lead. Just got to look at him there, 999, there he is, on cue, down into turn number 1, 66. In behind him is Ashley Blewett. So they're slowly but surely making their way through the field. Number 35 in that little bunch as well is Tony Easton. Number 75 here, David Farmer. These cars so equal in performance, it comes down to driver ability and a fair bit of luck as well, as we're back on board here with Richard Batchelor, and he is chasing down Tony Richardson. Richardson, number 747. Big traffic jam up ahead of him as they work their way down into the big sweeper at the top end of the circuit here at Hampton Downs. This amazing 2.8 kilometre circuit. Amazing when you consider that Hampton Downs, the same length, the configuration we're using, the same length as Pukekohe Park Raceway, but the lap time's vastly different. Such is the complicated nature, the ups and downs, the off-camber turns. the elevation changes of Hampton Downs. We go back to the front of the field, and it is still number 68, Ian Brown, and he's got a good lead at the moment. He started off the front of this race, and now can he stay there? Over the top of the hill he comes, across the stripe, laps to run here in the E30s. This is group number 1. And just look at the lead that Brown has on the rest of the field for the moment. 88 in second place, there's Fred Barden. There is car number 93, he's in this mix as well. It's Stephen Kahn, so that's the first 3 of them to complete another lap here at Hampton Downs. But remember, it is a handicap situation, and you just get the feeling that these positions are going to change, because Kahn all over the back now of Fred Barden as their race continues. Well, this race comes to a halt. Grant Schubler in problems in car number 8. Gets it going again now. That's turn number 1. It's blind for the drivers, remember, as they come up over the hill. You've got to gather up all the courage. Coming up into the hairpin once again, this is the race leader and still got that significant lead. Ian Brown, second place, still Fred Barden in the Pass Ride Academy E30. And then right in behind him, it is car number 93 now, and that's Steve Kahn. Oh, problems here. Ashley Blewett's come to grief, and so too is number 415, Andrew Murray. So that may bring out the safety car here at Hampton Downs. We'll wait on the judge's call on that one as the field thunders down the big front straight here at Hampton. Just a localised yellow at the moment. Are we going to see the safety car? Number 21, John Lovitch, works his way down into turn 1. Once again, you're back on board here with Richard Batchelor, number 101. And he is coming down into the hairpin. This is Tony Richardson. Now, he had company in the form of Batchelor for a while now, but it looks like he's shaken off the attentions. 999 is Matt Griffin. Remember, he is very much in the title chase. Tony Easton has shadowed Griffin right the way through this field, and they've made big inroads into it as the laps run down here at Hampton Downs. We track Easton as he heads down into the sweeper. Just getting away from a fraction is Matt Griffin around this never-ending right-hander, and then they wind up these little BMW E30s and head up the hill to complete yet another lap here at Hampton Downs. You're watching Matt Griffin and Tony Easton, and that is the battle for second and third as they go across the stripe, and I think it might be the last lap this time. Yes, the last lap board out. So is Ian Brown going to hold on to the race? There is Easton. That's what we're watching for the moment. This is Daniel Rollison. Now, he'd be in 4th place in this race. There is the race leader, and they are getting closer, but I think they're going to run out of real estate here. Ian Brown's going to sneak this one. There is Dan Rollison in car number 42, the Attract E30. He's back in 4th place. He's making his way down to the sweeper. This man heading for the checkered flag, though. Ian Brown is going to hold on to take the win here at Hampton Downs. In 2nd place, it will be Matt Griffin, and in 3rd place, it'll be Tony Easton, and following quickly in 4th will be Daniel Rollison. So, race 1 for Group 1 in the books here at Hampton Downs. So it is Ian Brown gets the win from Matt Griffin, Tony Easton, and Daniel Rollison.
Just with a lap to go, I think you were 3 seconds a lap quicker than the leader. You couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, well, with all the carnage in front of me, it sort of held us up a bit, so one more lap I think I would have had the lead.
Welcome back to this Legends of Speed meeting at Hampton Downs. It's the 7th and final round of the Castrol BMW E30 and Open Series, and a big crowd is here to see who will take the title. Will it be Brent Allen?
Brent, it's come down to the wire today. You've got a 121-point lead, 2 races to go, 420 points up for grabs.
Yeah, it is. Anything can happen, really. So the Montier brick and roof car's going good. We managed to put it on pole yesterday with a personal best and win the first race yesterday. So so far, so good.
Well, he's going to have his work cut out for him here in race number 2 for the weekend for the Castrol BMW Series, because Brent Allen is starting at the back of the field. He will be carrying our onboard camera. They get set to go once again. It is race number 1 for Sunday here at Hampton Downs, and someone's got right amongst it early on, and I think that might have been Phil Smurthwaite. We'll have a look at that as they come a little bit closer to 2 distinct groups get away now. Here is Brent Allen. Remember, he's in a title battle with Matt Griffin, just trying to get around some of the slower traffic here and having a devil's own job of doing it. Well, not so much slower, because that was Marty Irvine. He's just trying to get past. Caught himself up on the outside a little bit here, and that's going to slow his progress. Now he dives down to the inside as they come out of that off-camber turn number 1. Car number 50 puts a wheel in the grass. That's Craig Schuster. Maintains it, though. Kane Barry and Tony Houston arguing about a bit of real estate there as they head up out of turn 2, up and over the top of the hill. Car number 41, and this is Dennis Huser. Into the hairpin he comes. 22 cars face the starter. You're back on board here with Richard Oxton. And he was another one that was proving a little bit difficult to get around for Brent Allen. Just up ahead of him, it looks like it's Marty Irvine. So these guys are heavy hitters, and they've got a lot of work to do here if they want to get to the front of this field. Number 50, we saw him drop a wheel off onto the grass. It's Craig Schuster. He's in this mix as well. In fact, trying to dive down the inside of him as Oxton can't get the job done, and I think Allen just got around the outside of Oxton. So maybe we've seen a positional change. It's about gathering points. You heard Roger say the spread is, well, it's not insurmountable. Everybody looking for racing room here. This big field of E30s. Number 9 coming into contention, Ross Gardner. Just up in front of him, number 163. This is John Thompson. These guys battling just outside the top 10 at the moment. Back on board here with Brent Allen, points leader or thereabouts in the class. Well, they say Rubbin's racing, and that's exactly what we've got here as Schuster and Brent Allen argue about a bit of real estate down into the big sweeper at the top end of the circuit. Allen's going to have the last laugh, and was there a bit of a love tap? Marty Irvine's got a real battle on his hands too, as Tony Volder puts the pressure on him as they work their way in and out of the hairpin. Oh, number 96 in a bit of bother there as well, taking to the catch fencing just about. That's Greg Russell. Gets it back onto the track again, but causes a huge dust storm. And that just slows everyone down. Joanne Johnson there in the station wagon. She's in this battle as well. This is what's happening at the sharp end of the field, though. Marty Irvine, car number 1, the champion from last year, leading this battle group as they head up and over the top again. Here is the replay. And this is the problem for Greg Russell. He just about got into the catch fencing here at Hampton Downs as he comes into the hairpin, gets it out of the sand and back onto the racetrack again. Does the sensible thing and waits for a gap in the traffic, and that comes as we go back to this enthralling battle toward the front of the field. Irvine's got away here from Brent Allen. He's not really in the title chase, although he is second in this group. Matt Griffin is the one that'll be watching this with interest, because he'll be watching the progress of the man we ride with here, and that is Brent Allen. You heard him say he took pole position in a race win in Saturday's racing. This is Sunday, of course. Another 2 races to go. Oh, and just about a love tap there for number 41. Well, he's been in the wars a bit, as Dennis Huser, and he's going to be in the wars a little bit more here. Such is the pace of Brent Allen as they funnel down into the hairpin once again. There is Marty Irvine. Just in behind him, it was number 79, Charles Dodds, by the look of it. There he is, right in behind him. So close quarters racing here. Irvine looking to be the last of the late breakers as they head down into the sweeper. Dives down to the inside, has got track position, has got racing room and takes it. Oh, you're on board here with Brent Allen. He's got problems. I think he's had a bit of a hit in the side there, because the BMW got very, very sideways as he comes out of the sweeper. He's still in this point chase. He just acknowledges his competitor, saying thanks very much for giving me a tap. Hasn't slowed me down too much. Heading down towards the stripe they come once again. This is the race leader, Gerald Farber, number 65. Right in behind him now, number 1, the champion from last season. This is Marty Irvine. And just lurking there is Brent Allen. We'll keep an eye on him. Oh, Irvine gets a wheel on the grass as he comes out of turn 1. Oh, ducking and diving as they work their way around the Serpentine circuit at Hampton Downs. This is the battle to the checkered flag. The indicator's on. He wants to pass on the left. Can he get it done? No, he can't. I think Gerald Farber's going to hold on to it. And the checkered flag will fly, and it will be car 65 gets the win. Marty Irvine has to be content with second place. And in third place, it is one of the contenders in the points, and that is Brent Allen. And behind him, it was Tony Velder. So Gerald Farber holds on by the skin of his teeth. Irvine is second, then it's Allen, Velder, Grant Metzen and Mike Ashton.
Marty, that put a smile on your face, came home, well, nearly got the win.
I was absolutely wrapped with, the car going the way it is, and I just, got a few lucky breaks there, and just drove the wheels off it really.
Brent, well done, third place off the back of the grid.
Yeah, got a few good lucky breaks past some of the fast boys, and managed to make third place stick, so it was good.
So we're back into the open class here at the Castrol BMW Open Series, the 7th and final round, and it is Mike Delmont on the outside, and watch for Zach Lawrence to get a good start as well, and watch too for Barry Kirkman because they have repaired that car. There it is, and Warwick Mortimer going with them. There is Michael Clark. He won race 2, remember, and got his first B-class win. You're on board here with Mike Starnes, number 170. Got that second place in race number 1 for the Open BMWs. Behind Michael Clark, that's Michael McClark. He's just going up the inside of now. Ahead of them, Aaron Harris. Harris had braking problems, remember, in race number 1, and ahead of him it is Paul Mill. You're back on board here with Starnes, working over Mill as they head down into the big sweeper. Ahead of them, Mike Delmont and also Barry Kirkman. Oh, a little bit of paint rubbing going on there, and Starnes has to take to the grass, and it's gone horribly wrong for Starnes. And who do you blame for that? Was it Aaron Harris just getting a little bit cosy with Michael Starnes? We'd love to have a look at that from the outside shot. There is Zach Lawrence. He's got a bit of work to do in this one as well. Back on board here with Mortimer. And he's got a problem, I would suggest. That car is normally one of the fastest ones around. So maybe Warwick Mortimer, I should say, has got a bit of a problem. BMW doesn't sound completely happy. It is Andre Cowan in first place at the moment. He's being chased by Mike Delmont. What a history this car has got. As sideways as you like as he comes out of turn number 1 here at Hampton Downs. This is one of the ex-International Motorsport BMWs. Saw a lot of work in the mid-90s, early 2000s. Richard Spedding there, number 11, just caught in a bit of a sandwich trap there with Will Gray. Now this is Mortimer. Well, there's no visual damage on the car, but it just doesn't look to be going quite as quick as it was, and it certainly doesn't sound good. And he's just let Michael Starnes go past him, so there's a problem here for Warwick Mortimer. You ride with him as he heads up the hill here at Hampton Downs. And they're all going by now, so there's some dramas here for the 89. Back to the front of the field, Mike Delmont stalking his prey now. That 2002 BMW. Doesn't look much, but it is one of the fastest cars out here. Look at Delmont hunkered down in the driver's seat, left-hand drive for the 2002. There's a lot of work going on with that car. There is Michael Clark. The CAC Racing Beamer. And look at this gaggle of cars coming down here now. Neville Finley is in it, so too is Aaron Harris, so too is Barry Kirkman and Paul Mill just tailing onto the back of that group. So Harris has been in the wars already, and now he's putting the move on Neville Finley, but it goes horribly wrong. Well, I wonder if this is a reoccurrence of the braking problems that Aaron's been experiencing, because it looked to me like the rear's just locked up. Good bit of driving from Harris to not involve Neville Finley in that, as we're back on board here with Michael Starnes, the yellow Placemakers Beamer. And just listen to the revs as they head up and into, and have a look at the replay here. It just looks like it's just locked the rears. And Aaron Harris does a great job to get that car pulled up and out of harm's way, and more importantly out of everyone else's way as well. And it's a quick restart for the ex-BMX champion of New Zealand, Aaron Harris. He's done it all. He's driven the 2-litre touring cars back in the Degree touring car days. He's driven the V8 Tourers as they were known. This good little battle continues here as we go back to the front of the field, and it's still Mike Delmont in the lead, Andre Cowan in second place, then it's Barry Kirkman. Neville Finley is in there, Paul Miller's in there as well. So the BMW Coupe playing second fiddle to the faster car of Barry Kirkman. As I said before, credible job by the team to get that car back out and onto the circuit in one piece. Paul Mill has a good long look at the Zambezi Coupe in front of him. This is Mill. This is the Class A battle, remember. 3 classes up for decision here. This is the battle for Class B. On board with our camera car, this is Michael Starnes. Just up ahead of him, it is Aaron Harris out of the Manawa 2. And this is the championship unfolding in Class B. Starnes tries on the outside, tries to do the inside-outside cross, doesn't work. Aaron Harris comes back at him. Oh, that's going to go right down to the wire here, and I tell you, he'll be watching on with interest, and that'll be Michael Clark, because he's currently third in the points. Down into the hairpin they come once again. Starnes gets as close as he possibly can to Aaron Harris. B-Class Championship on the line here. Last race, last round of the 7-round series, brought to you by Castrol, and it comes down to this. This time, Starnes decides, will I go on the outside? No. This time the crossover works. Harris dives up the inside of him again. Oh, he's not going to give it up without a fight. Aaron Harris pushing onto the side of the car. Harris taken right over to the grass, and he's got into the passenger door, I think, of Starnes' car, and spun Starnes into the concrete. Well, the championship in Class B right there in front of you, and a very much damaged Placemakers BMW of Michael Starnes. This man may be going to inherit the lead now in Class number B as we go back to the front of the field. Mike Delmont leads it. Andre Cowan in second place. The championship battle in Class A is further down the racetrack. Have a quick look at this again from the outside shot. Starnes on the inside. Harris tries to crowd him out. Starnes says, I'm not going to give it up without a fight, and pushes Harris wide out onto the grass. But then Aaron Harris has the last laugh because he gets into the passenger door and spins Starnes around. Now, has that made a difference in the Group B championship? And will the officials want to have another look at this? Here we are from the onboard shot once again. You're riding with Michael Starnes, trying to hold on to his BMW. Can't do it once he gets a love tap in the passenger door. It is over for Starnes. Meantime, ticket flag comes out. Mike Delmont wins the battle, but he won't win the war. Second place will be Andre Cowan. In third place will be Barry Kirk-Bernard, and that will wrap up the A-Class Championship in the Castrol Open BMW. So, Michael Delmont gets the win. Andre Cowan is second, but third place for Barry Kirk-Bernard is enough to keep Neville Finley in second place in Class A.
Mike, well done. You left the best to last. You came through with a victory on the final race of the season.
Yeah, that was a grand race between Andre and me. We had a ball out there, the two of us, so I think it was just as though we were the only two racing, it felt like. But yeah, we swapped positions a few times, and the car's got a little bit loose. My tyres are completely worn out, but hey, it was fun race.
Neville, congratulations. Really model consistency, second in the championship.
Thanks very much, Roger. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed the weekend. It's funny, I was kind of praying for a safety car, but I think in the end it worked against me. But anyway, Barry had it sewn up, and congratulations to Barry. He's a fine competitor, and couldn't go into a better guy.
Barry, well done. After the second season in this car, you finally come home and you're the new champion. Well done.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's been a lucky year for me. Been a load of fun. I've just been lucky that the car's been reliable, and some of the other guys hasn't been reliable, so yeah, I'm chuffed that I've won. It's just fantastic.
And when you put it down to it, you're saying reliability. Your car's not the fastest car on the track, but consistency and reliability. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, Mike and Warwick have got faster cars. Perhaps they're better drivers than me as well, but yeah, they can pedal faster than me, and certainly reliability helped me. Although I've got to say, at one of the meetings, I broke a CV on the drive shaft, and Warwick lent me one. And if he hadn't lent me that CV, I wouldn't have won this today.
That's probably what the series is all about, though, isn't it? People helping everybody out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're a good bunch of guys, and we found out the other day that Warwick, Mike and I are all turned 60 within a month of each other at the end of this year. So we're old fellas, but we're just out having a load of fun.
Aaron, congratulations. Group 2 is yours, but really it's probably not the way you really wanted it to finish.
Yeah, no, not really. And to be honest, it's probably more Michael's championship than mine. You know, he worked hard this meeting and it was really his, and unfortunately we had it coming together and he didn't finish. So even if I do get the title, I think I'll be taking it and giving it to him anyway.
Michael, it's a little bit unfortunate the way the championship finished, but unfortunately for you, you've come out with a fairly wrecked car.
Yeah, no, she's pretty damaged, so I'm glad they had all the safety gear that we have to require, because I've got sore ribs and that sort of thing, but the car's only a piece of metal. As long as I'm in one piece, it's fine.
And I guess you and Aaron are teammates, you're friends as well, so I guess this isn't going to really detract too much.
No, it's not. We'll sort of laugh about it over a beer, I guess, and sort of come back next season and have another crack.
So if we have a look at the points, the championships in Class A, it goes to Barry Kirk-Bernard. 2 seasons he's been trying. Neville Finley is second. In Class B, Aaron Harris gets the nod from Michael Starnes. Welcome back to Hampton Downs, this Legends of Speed meeting. We have found our champions in the open class. 2 races to decide the champions in the E30s, and it all starts right here, right now. So the light's about to go out here at Hampton Downs. Once again, carrying our camera will be Richard Batchelor, number 101. You're on board with him here. So he starts on the front row here at Hampton Downs. Race 2 for Sunday. Tony Richardson, number 747 there. He's got a bit of work to do because he starts towards the back this time round. 101, Richard Batchelor, there he is, the interlock renovations at BMW. Carries our camera, remember, and that's why you're getting a great look of the racetrack, because he is in the front of the field for the moment. Down into the big sweeper here at the top end of this 2.8 kilometre circuit that is Hampton Downs. Easily New Zealand's best motorsport facility, certainly New Zealand's newest motorsport facility, and it just continues to be development after development here. Jeff Story there, number 316, sitting in about 5th or 6th position at the moment, trying to get himself a little further up the field. Tony Richardson just up, and should I say Paul Clark just up in front of him, number 187. Back on board with the race leader here. Just been passed there by car number 99. This is John Thompson. So John out of Wellington, brand new to the E30 series in car number 99. 2 John Thompsons in the field. Luckily for us, the second John Thompson, number 163, was not a starter, so there's no real confusion. Across the line they go. Number 101, Richard Batchelor, slips back into 2nd place, and he's in danger now of coming under a fair bit of pressure from James Sachs, number 38. There he is there. Grant Schubert just up in front of this little battle group for the moment. Tony Houston in there as well. There he is, number 58, the GJ Gardner's Home E30. Remember, 2 groups of E30s, Group 1 and Group 2. This is Steve Neuer. He carries the second of our cameras. Just being passed there by Jeff Story. Looking out the rear window of the E30 as they make their way up the hill here at Hampton Downs, up to the start-finish line, past this brand new pit complex. As we seek out Steve Neuer from the outside shot there. Jeff Story just in front of him. It looks like Tony Houston in behind him, and we'll trail with them as they head up the top of the hill. There is Houston. Across the stripe he goes. This is the race leader. This is John Thompson out of Wellington. Brand new to this form of motorsport. Years and years ago. He'll probably hate me for reminding him that he used to race on 2 wheels. 99, John Thompson. Are we going to see him take his first win here in the Castrol BMW E30 series on the 7th and final round? Number 707 there is Graham Ball. So it's going to come down to a clash of the Titans in the next E30 race, because both Matt Griffin and Brent Allen will be facing off against each other. So that's worked out quite well for the drama.